man. We should be live.
Brilliant. Hello, good evening, or good morning, or happy, whatever, kind of stuff. We play a bit fast and loose with the intros as they go around here.
Yeah.
We are the Beerumverate. I am Keith, also known as McWomble, and introducing on the other side of the pond, straight from the snowy Las Vegas, Nevada, is Matthew Burkoff.
Hello. So, Game Awards.
And yes, yeah, last time we were on with our other member Evan Piotrowski, who can't join us this time because we couldn't get our shit together. And we were talking about our beer awards for 2018, and then the Game Awards happened.
Yes.
Wow, coincidence.
It's funny because I came home Thursday and I was like, "Oh shit, this is on tonight." Like I totally, I totally forgot that it was even on.
So what we're going to do, we'll just do a very, very quick run through of what, if anything, interesting we've been up to related to beer and or gaming, because that's what we talk about. And then we'll get into a bit of what we think about the Game Awards 2018. Can we just kind of jump ahead a little bit? From my point of view, I'd say that was the best Game Awards show there's been. I know there's only been 5, and they've got better each year, but
I'm surprised that it was 5. I thought that they've only done 3.
well,
It started in 2013.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So you either haven't cared, been drunk, or asleep, or a combination of all 3.
It's been a combination of all 3. I got pretty hammered watching it this last time, not even realizing it.
You weren't doing the how many times is Jeff Keighley going to mention Hideo Kojima drinking game?
Well, no, but when Joel McHale showed up, I just had to do like 5 shots right then and there, because that was so epic.
Right, we are getting back to who we are and what we're doing. We are the Beerumverate. It's made up of Matt, Evan, and I, and we are 3 guys who like good beer and talking about video games. We also like video games, not just talking about them. So that's what we do. We promote responsible drinking, even though Matt just said he had to do a load of shots when a specific person showed up on stage, but we don't condone that. We don't. Well done.
I was being a bit.
There could have been shots of water.
I was being a bit superfluous.
Okay. Any beers or breweries we talk about, we're not sponsored yet. We haven't got the Marston's Brewery T-shirts that I've put in a special request for.
Right. So if you happen to run a brewery or own a brewery and you do want to sponsor us, we'll be more than happy.
If anyone from the Beavertown Brewery happens to watch this, stick a tag to them in the show notes. If you want to bung us any T-shirts or some pint glasses, that would be great. Right, should we just go straight into the topic and stop procrastinating?
Yes. I'm still messing around with the live streaming though. I gotta change the title. It still says that we're talking about our Game of the Year awards.
Well, technically we could be.
Right. So I'm calling this episode hashtag the Game Awards.
Please tell me you've written out hashtag.
Yes, of course. Yeah, no, it's
not just a hashtag. You've written it out.
It's hash dash tag.
Yeah, I'd love it. Love it. So one thing, going back to I said it was the best Game Awards that there's been. I'd about it. The main one I think was, it's something that annoys me about everything, is pre-shows.
Oh.
Either have the show or don't have the show. Don't have a pre-show and then say we're just about to get into the show. You're doing the fucking show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I agree. But did you watch it? Were you able to watch it live, or did you have to?
Are you kidding me? I'm not getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch that. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure, but so like when I caught it, they'd already gotten past all that crap, so I was lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched it back on Twitch. So because the video quality on YouTube was bloody awful. Watching it on Twitch, fine,
I
HD, great.
Yeah, I was surprised by that because I watched it on YouTube and I even adjusted the settings. I was like, I'm gonna force this into 1080, but it still looked like crap.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe YouTube were really pissed off that Jeff was running ads during their stream on their channel that they like to get ad revenue off, as Shane and Matt talked about on Game Face last night.
Yeah,
Which again, I
maybe.
didn't watch live because it was on at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't watch the latest Game Face either. I'm gonna have to catch it and see what their thoughts were.
Yeah, and that was one of them. I caught a bit of it before we started streaming. Um, so the other thing that pissed me off about having a pre-show is giving awards out during the pre-show.
Oh, I missed that, so I guess I didn't see all the awards that came out.
So either don't have a pre-show and give all the awards out when you're meant to give the awards out, and just have an award show.
Right.
Um, or and also something Matt mentioned when he was talking about it on this week's Game Face, brought to you by Sifted.net, uh, is if you're just going to stand on stage and our next award goes for best whatever, and this award is they just literally Jeff Keighley the was it the three awards for esports back to back? He just read them off. So you obviously don't care. You had to put them in for some reason, but there was no context around them. They weren't brought to you in association with anyone, so there was no sponsorship for them. So stick them in the fucking pre-show.
Yeah,
Uh,
that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Or why even have those awards to begin with?
well, he needs to have them because obviously someone is paying him, or he's got an agreement that they'll post something through their fan forums or whatever that there's going
Okay.
to be these people nominated for esports team of the year and whatever. So it's just pushing eyeballs to the show. So I kind of understand, but it kind of ruined the flow of the show a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, Something else. I'll carry on with my downer, and then I'll get onto the positives.
Okay.
Um, who wears a dinner jacket and then slip on Vans with no socks?
I caught that, and I was really surprised because I'm like, dude, Keely, come on, man, you got enough money.
You can afford
You can
socks.
afford, yeah, you can afford socks. Um, Interestingly enough, I wore Vans at my wedding, but they
Yeah,
were the regular, standard authentics. But
yeah.
we told everybody it was a running joke,
Oh, okay.
right? That was my last
It wasn't
chance.
just because you had fallen arches or anything.
No,
Also, cheers.
no, it was just in case. I just had to
Hmm.
have them on, at the last minute in case I wanted to book it out of there.
What skateboard off?
Yeah.
Right. Kind of that's my bits on the downside. Is it what from your perspective? What were your kind of um, uh, low balls that they bowled,
Low
pitched?
balls that they fall. I thought the exclusives that they got were kind of shitty, with the exception of maybe one or two.
Mm,
But this year, I don't feel like Keeley really had much to work with. Like, there's clearly the major publishers, Sony and Microsoft, are working towards the next generation of systems and consoles.
mm.
So there isn't a whole lot going on. Um, and so I feel bad for him in that regard. But like overall, the production was a lot higher this year, so that's a plus.
Yeah, and I think what's it get kind of moving on from my downer. dragging everyone down. I was told at one point by an old boss that I should never take up motivational speaking because the whole room would want to kill themselves. Um,
Might be a good suggestion.
well, those people, if they're that insecure, can fuck off then. Um,
I don't
so
disagree.
I'm in a bit of a funny mood today, as you might have guessed. But one of the things that I thought was a big coup's probably too strong a word, but just some hard work from Mr. Keeley to say, let's get some people round the table and say we're all working together and we all love games, blah blah blah. Let's have a big gaming loving.
The kumbaya at the very beginning, that was
Yeah, the
fucking
group
weird.
hug
It was
that
fucking
was
weird.
Sean Layden, Reggie, and oh Christ,
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer,
Yeah.
all getting together and having their we love games.
Yeah.
We love each other. We all the
I
rising tide makes all boats rise.
I was not into that part. I was like, well, it can only go up from here, so
Yeah, well, I kind of props to Keeley for getting those three people to stand next to each other and say how great everyone else is.
true.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know like how many dinner dates that took,
yeah,
right? How many checks did you have to write?
or just a free bar.
Right.
So I think that was pretty cool. Okay, it was a bit cheesy, um, but I think it worked. It worked well for what it wanted to do. I know some people were really hyped that this was going to be an announcement for cross play. You can play across everything,
Yeah,
and
I mean, the industry's been heading that way anyway, though. It's you almost have to do that in order to compete, right?
well, unless you're Sony,
Well, even Sony gave in though. I mean,
yeah,
they gave in and said, okay, well, I guess we got to do this.
yeah, but that was only for one game. Um, and it's kind of the biggest game in the world at the moment, so they kind of had to do something.
The other reason that I think that just crossplay in general is going to be more of a thing is Fortnite. That was the reason, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Ugh. Um, Fortnite. Ugh. Um, if that could be my review score for that game, that's what it would be. Ugh. Um,
Fair enough.
so something else that I thought was really nice, I did make a bit of a joke about it when he finished his speech, was Greg Thomas's award for the industry icon. I thought that was a very nice speech from a guy
Yeah.
who obviously looked like he didn't want to be up on stage.
Well, he started his speech talking about how he's, made it a point to not be the spotlight, which
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of cool. And I've never heard of him before now. I didn't realize that he was the head of all the 2K sports games, or had,
Yeah.
was influential in getting those developed. So, um, yeah, I thought that was really cool, and it was a unique person to give the award to. That's, um, like sometimes they do these awards and it seems more self-serving than anything else, but this was totally out of the blue, and it was a great pick. And
Yeah, and the one thing that I did find that was quite funny at the end, where he was saying thank you to Strauss Zelnick and um, Take Two,
yeah,
and saying, "Is it thank you for letting us make the games our way, except for the microtransactions?"
right.
So, because can you see those game developers queuing up to say, yeah, let's come up with some kind of hyper aggressive monetization strategy for our sports franchises.
No, nobody really wants that, and I don't think that you can justify it in any regard to say that it makes the game any better. You know,
It's player choice.
it's yeah,
Anyway,
player choice.
I'm going to start sounding like Jim Sterling. I need to put on a few pounds and a hat.
And move to Mississippi.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, my internet's too good. But that's the only differences between he and I. Right. What about the awards themselves? What did you think of the actual awarding of awards?
I thought most of it was pretty obvious. Like I'm surprised, we all said, yeah, God of War probably deserves it, but might not win. Um, the stuff that the awards that Red Dead got, I thought were weird though. Um,
In what way?
well, it's just oddball categories. Not for the type of game that it is. I wouldn't have awarded it those particular awards, right? So,
Well, there was an award for best Western.
right, yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
what did it win? Sound design. Um, it won the voice actor. Uh, it won. Was it basically it won all of
one,
the.
yeah, narrative, performance, score, and soundtrack, and audio design. I think are
Oh,
all the ones that it
okay.
won.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I'm trying to think who else was up for best performance. Because there was a couple
Um,
other choices that I was like, well, that way better than.
was it Christopher Judge for God of War, the
Yeah,
Greek woman who played Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey? I thought she had a good chance. Obviously, didn't win. It would have been nice. It would have been good from kind of the perspective of the games that I've played.
yeah. I
Um,
think the guy that played Spider-Man was nominated as well.
yeah, he was. I'm not surprised he didn't win. I think he's won awards in the past for his voice work because he's been Spider-Man on a couple of cartoon shows
Right.
for the last couple of years, where he's won some kind of award for doing that. Um, I was a bit surprised. Well, actually, I wasn't. I wasn't surprised that Christopher Judge didn't win. I was surprised at what Christopher Judge showed up on stage in.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I haven't seen him since Stargate SG-1, so I was expecting to see Teal'c again,
Yeah,
and then he walked out on stage, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's him?"
I did think it was quite funny the joke that they did with the award that they were announcing.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
cool, and everybody loved it.
I was waiting for the joke, so I knew it was coming, and I still laughed.
Well, that's good. I mean, that was well planned out then.
Yeah. So God of War won Best Game Direction, which was I don't know if that was a specific award for Corey Balrog. Um,
Um, Maybe
yeah,
I can see him getting that, uh, just because of who he is in the industry.
yeah. And
Uh,
then I was the big surprise from my point of view is Dead Cells. Dead
s-
Cells winning Best Action Game.
yeah, that was another one that they just sort of. I don't remember it being a big award, right? It was like kind of, and this game wins, and then they moved on, right?
Um,
Or did they
I
actually
think
give a speech on that?
if there probably would have been a bit more fanfare if COD of Duty. Yes,
Yeah, Call of Duty.
the COD of Duty. Here is a fish with a gun and a badge. If Call of Duty had won, I think there would have been a bit more fanfare. Um, some of how they structured the awards is, oh, we want to get these specific people up on stage, but for this award, you don't actually get to go up on stage. You get to stand on the side stage and talk to Jeff with your back to the audience and just the camera. And for these other awards that we were talking about, you don't actually get anything. You just get told.
That you've won, yeah.
Yeah,
I All right. So the side stage thing is weird to me because they've done that several years, and I think they
yeah.
even did it when it was on Spike, where they had
And they
this.
need to change the mirror around the side because it was just showing the reflection of Jeff's shoes, shoes with his last socks.
Right.
So all through the show, whenever he was standing there, it just reminded me about his poor sartorial standards. And then is it Peppy the prawn
Peppy the Prawn.
from the Muppets was there with Ninja?
That was fucking strange too. Can we
I know
just?
the Muppets are getting another TV show, but that was a bit weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on that, other than it was just like, what the hell is going on?
Well, other than the Muppets are funnier than Ninja, but that's probably not going to be very hard to do.
No, yeah. How about him getting Content Creator of the Year?
Oh, it's just a yay!
Can we
You've
talk?
got
Can
you've got the most followers on a specific channel because you lucked out and had a couple of sports people play you at a game and you could rinse off that. That's okay. Good luck to him, but I do not give a single shit.
can we talk about the award itself? Like, why is that a thing?
Well, it's a damning indictment on where we are in this type of entertainment medium that we need that. And it's not, you're not, is it content creator? Because a content creator would be the people who actually make the fucking games.
Right.
Um, that would be my definition of content creator. This would just be a who's got the biggest fan base award.
Yeah, it's weird to me because it's an industry thing, and it's like, well, nobody's giving IGN Best Gaming Website of the Year award, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, if you're a quote unquote content creator, I mean, you're basically just
We're content creators now. We're creating content. We could be up for an award next year.
right? I mean, I don't know. The high profile guys are just, I mean, they're more or less just shills for whatever the hell game it is that they're playing on Twitch, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
And whilst Ninja made his name through Fortnite, as soon as Call of Duty 4 dropped for Fortnite, yeah, I'm playing Call of Duty Battle Royale. Thanks very much. And then, so yeah, it's they'll play whatever they believe their audience wants, and I it's not like and this is something I'm going to mention him again. Jim Sterling talks about transformative content.
right.
So they haven't taken anything that someone has done and say changed it into something else. They haven't taken excerpts from them playing a game and turned it into, say, I don't know, a Q&A or a preview or a review or even just a reaction video. It is just them playing it and people watching.
Yeah, I mean, there is some interaction that goes on with the audience, but
It's like the video game version of Gogglebox. Do you have that in the States?
no, what the hell is Gogglebox?
Okay, it's a you can Google it afterwards. It's a show on Channel 4 over here
Okay,
where they pay random people to watch specific TV shows and they film them whilst they're watching it. So
okay.
they have live reactions when they're watching certain TV programs. And
That's,
that's basically Twitch and video games.
well, I was gonna say that's kind of a thing on YouTube anyway, right? Reaction videos.
Yeah. But it is quite funny. But yeah. Ugh. Anyway, can we stop talking about influencers?
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Um,
the people who want the people who want, I don't know, even some moderate success on YouTube. If we can break 13 views on maximum's been 12, hasn't it?
no, I
Um,
think we got like 14 or 15.
14, 15, 15.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do it.
I mean, admittedly, I don't really promote this as much as maybe I could, but
Yeah, I've told a few people.
13 views,
Whether
13.
what they said that they'd subscribe to your channel to get alerts. Oh, by the way, yeah, like and subscribe and
Like,
ring a
subscribe, get the, yeah, hit the bell. You gotta press
yeah.
the bell to get the
Hit,
alerts now.
press the bell,
So
press it.
our first episode did 21 views,
Holy shit!
right? The
Am I still the only person that liked it?
I don't know. I'll have to look. uh, yeah, we've had a few 18 views on the second episode.
What about any? What about when the ones when Evan's on?
Evan got 14 views on the 1.5 episode, and
In your
then
face.
and then our
21, 21.
And then our 2018 year in review, 4 views, 13 views, and 4 views because my computer crashed, so we had to do it in stages.
Yeah, we did have some technical problems. Right. Let's get back on topic, people.
All right,
Uh,
let's do this. So
right. So
do we
if
want
we if we,
do we want to run down? All right, so we skipped over Journey to the Savage Planet. How do you feel about that?
I couldn't care.
Okay.
As soon as they came out and described it as a was it cooperative online MMO survival light
It's another survival game. Like I give a shit less personally. Um,
Yeah, I as soon as that guy started talking and explaining what the game was, I just tuned out.
yeah, basically, and it's super generic name too. Journey to the Savage Planet.
Yeah.
All right, that was what did you guys do? Just throw that into a name generator? Um,
Was it? Yeah, you can see everyone's got post-it notes of the stuff
right.
around the room.
what are what words have done the best in all the focus groups?
Yeah,
uh, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I love
I,
the original, so I mean,
I've not played it, so a console release for that would be interesting for me. And I did like the reveal. I thought it was very funny.
yeah.
Um, I haven't played it yet because I couldn't be bothered to get a Steam account and buy it.
When it does come to consoles, I highly recommend it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Um, some of these I don't even know what it was. I can't remember what was among trees. Oh, was that the one of fox? There's a
No,
cute animal.
um,
There was a fox running and jumping, and everyone was went, oh, oh. I
um,
can't be asked to look up the shit. You can see the amount of prep that I've done for this show.
yeah, I'm
I've been
trying to look. I'm trying to look it up right now because I don't remember what the hell it was. Um, it looks cool. I like the art design, but I can't say as I'm too intrigued. I guess I'll have to see more.
Yeah, it looks nice enough. It might be it probably be the type of game that my wife would want to play.
Yeah, I could see that. Like my wife really likes Journey, Abzu, Rhyme,
Yeah.
those types of games. So, um,
uh, yeah, I got a bit excited with the next one, and then I saw the art style, and it kind of made me.
so I was in Discord with the Well-Read Mage guys because I've been
Yeah.
writing for that site, and everybody's like, "Hey, look, it's a PS2 game."
Yeah. So
I'm I'm
not
kind of I'm kind of
Ultimate
ex-
Alliance.
I'm kind of excited about it because I like the X-Men Legends and Alliance games,
Yeah, they were brilliant.
but it's weird that it's a Switch exclusive. Thankfully, I own a
I don't think.
Switch.
I think that's a really good idea. I think you're jumping on the zeitgeist of Infinity War, and um, hopefully it will do the Black Order a bit more justice than Infinity War did, because they are in the graphic novels absolutely formidable, and in the movies that they don't really live up to very much. Anyway, we're straying off topic again. That's my fault.
Not a problem.
Um,
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'll play it. I'll buy it when it comes out for sure.
yeah, I'll play it. They didn't show. They showed a few frames of co-op, but that was about it.
It's got to have co-op. I
Yeah,
don't.
it did. It had one scene where they were fighting Sandman, and they had three players in the same game.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Um,
a tragedy if it didn't.
yeah, it'd be difficult to see how they've done it because they've changed the camera. Yeah, they've changed the camera perspective from kind of slightly isometric to
So more.
like a distant third person.
Yeah. I guess. Well, yeah, it's even closer and more tilted than Diablo 3.
Yeah,
So, all right.
which is still really expensive. you can. I was looking at potentially picking it up on Switch, and on PSN it's 19.99.
For
Is
the Ultimate Edition, right, with all the
Yeah.
DLC.
Yep. On Switch it is
60, right? It's a full.
47.99.
Okay.
So that Nintendo tax is coming in strong.
Yeah, it's real. Um, I would recommend just buying it on PS4 or PC.
Mm.
I'm sure it runs better anyway. I
Yeah,
have it.
I'll
I have it on
probably.
PS4. It's one of the few games that my wife and I sat down and played through together. So, but
Cool.
all right, moving on. Far Cry New Dawn. How do you feel about this? Really? Okay, so I'm not a huge Far Cry fan, but I liked Blood Dragon and I liked Primal, and I think that the the games that are not numbered for me are far more interesting and they take a lot more risk.
Yeah, I like the fact that the two bad guys are the twins. That seems like there could be an interesting dynamic there. But overall, I just find the Far Cry games a bit dull. Um, I quite liked Far Cry Blood Dragon, but I was talking back in the day, it was last year, to Evan and Vin on Podcast Reload. And I was just saying to those guys, I started playing Blood Dragon and played about 3, 4 hours of it, and then for whatever reason, I deleted the game off my Xbox 360,
It's
reinstalled it,
yeah,
and played through the intro again, and thought this was more fun than the rest of the 3 hours that I played, so just never went back to it.
that's fair. It's pretty short in general. It's only 5 or 6 hours, I think, total.
Yeah, I
Um,
was going off and hunting robo sharks and whatever else was
okay,
going on, so I wasn't following the critical path, as I'm not doing with Red Dead Redemption at the moment as well.
just going up into the mountains and watching your horse balls shrink.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing is just standing there taking pictures of horse.
I mean, there's plenty of time to take screenshots.
Yeah, and so I've been counting the number of times that my horse has gone for a poo. That's been interesting. Um, there's no change in consistency from when I've been feeding him carrots or hay.
Oh,
Um,
that's disappointing.
yeah,
What
so
were they
I'm going
thinking?
I'm going to start a Twitter poll on whether or not they need that in the next game.
Don't worry, the community's got your back. Somebody will mod it. Somebody's gonna mod it.
Yeah, and then that'll be the next award at the Game Awards, technical achievement for making a realistic poo
Right.
from whatever animal, and it seems like it's only just the horses, so they didn't take time to model realistic
You can't.
Arthur Morgan poo or bird shit or any other animals, but they spent a hell of a lot of time modeling the horses doing it, and that was time well spent.
It's like a whole month for the developers. They just got sent to a farm in Montana.
Just filming
Just,
horses go through shit.
the horses have the motion capture balls all over them. Right. Brought them into the studio.
Okay.
Moving on. Super Giant's new game, Heads or Hades. Sorry.
Heads?
Yeah,
Heads?
I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Giant. Um,
Heads? Have you heard of Hades?
Hades.
It's kind of, yeah, the way you pronounce that reminds me of when Americans come over here and try to go to Leicester Square.
I'm trying to think how that's even pronounced properly.
Leicester.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
um,
Um,
I like Greg Kasavin. I think that he's a good writer. So,
yeah,
um,
this looks like they'd taken the Transistor gameplay vibe and tweaked it into like an ongoing survival type. What's the one? What's that style of game where you keep dying and regenerating and then coming back with your own stuff?
Roguelike.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's clearly the next evolution, right? So
yeah,
they started with Bastion, then they came out with Transistor, then they did Pyre. Um, this looks just like, okay, we're gonna take that same engine that we've been working on for the last four games and tweak it a little bit, add some more action elements, and yeah, I don't know, it looks cool. I'm probably gonna play it.
yeah. I've not played any of the other ones. I know Evan has, and he liked Transistor.
No,
I don't know if
he
you've
hated
played them.
Transistor because there's not
Did
enough
he?
story. I don't know. He'll have to come on and explain. I know that.
Well, he can come on at some point and trash everything I've said.
Yeah, because I
Um,
don't think that he's played Bastion, but he has played Transistor. I haven't played Transistor, but I have played Bastion. The things that I hate about Bastion, he wishes were in Transistor and vice versa, if I remember our
okay.
conversation correctly.
Yes, but you can, like the well-rounded individuals that we all are, we can still talk about those things without getting angry and starting to troll people and make their lives difficult.
I hate to break it to
Well
you.
done, us.
I hate to break it to you, Keith, but this whole Beerumverate, it's just one big troll on you.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
Well, in which case, you probably need to start trying harder.
All right. Yeah. I need to up those trolling skills.
Yeah. Right. This Ancestors of the Human. What the hell is this game?
I need to pull up some
This seems
pictures.
like there was a bunch of French guys in who moved from Paris to Montreal and got fucking high and thought, let's make a game about monkeys.
That sounds like a hell of a
And
lot of fun. Can I get paid to do that?
yeah, I don't know what this game is meant to be because again, he was saying it's like you move from 4 million years um, BC through the evolution of the high high primates
Right.
through to Lucy, the proto. I can't remember what it is now. Um,
Austro
Austro,
Australopithecus?
yeah,
Is that what?
Australopithecus. Yeah,
That's okay.
well done. Thank you for reminding me.
That
Which
was Anthro. How many years ago did I take that?
yeah. So I and the footage that they showed, it's not a very good looking game.
I think it looks cool. It's got this weird plasticky feel to it though.
I
For,
think they were off their tits when they were making this game.
yeah. It might be interesting though. I mean, we'll see what comes out of it. Yeah, this is one that I gotta wait for reviews.
Yeah, and
it's
it
a
would be
strange
interesting if there's
concept.
some kind of social messaging to go along with this as well. About back then, the world was in balance, and people only the people
Right.
uh, the um, people only used as much resource as they needed to survive. There was no such thing as overproduction or overhunting or anything like that. It'd be interesting to see if there's some kind of ecological humanitarian responsibility message that comes out of that game.
I would hope not. I hope it's just a sim. Basically just a simulation of early proto-humans.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if it did come out with some sort of message, I could at least see the point as to why someone would make it.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to come up with a game that's unique these days. So
Yeah,
maybe they just threw something at the wall and that stuck, and they're like, okay, let's do it. Let's
yeah.
put some money
So
into
they
it.
said we don't have the technology to model realistic horse testicles. What can we possibly do?
Proto-humans.
I don't know. I just saw that and it just did not grip me at all. And I just thought, what audience are you throwing this out for? Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I like that they're taking a chance. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope when it comes out, it's got some appeal and people like it. And if the reviews come out and say that it's actually really good, I might give it a go at some point. But there's too much good stuff out there for me to consider playing some plasticky looking um, weird proto hominid Australopithecus simulator.
Yeah. Hey, at least we live in a world where that stuff exists.
Yeah, well, I mean, good for them. Is it whatever they were smoking in Montreal?
Well, the whole country is legal now, so they're
Yeah.
just busting out the good shit.
Um, One thing talking about that, because who was it who mentioned it was Jeff Keighley on his own show mentioned how many awards were being won by development teams in Canada,
Uh-huh.
and I was just thinking, well, no shit, Sherlock. Canada and particularly the Quebec region are giving out all of those tax breaks for technology sectors. So why do you think that loads of companies have kind of sprung up in Montreal, other parts of Canada? They're getting huge tax incentives for setting up there.
Yeah. Um, I think we'd do it here in the U.S. if Rhode Island hadn't fucked it up so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Whoops.
yeah. Kurt Schilling in 38 didn't work out. So
Yeah.
others.
Kingdoms of Amalur. Whoops.
It was a
Um,
great game too. That's the sad part about it.
yeah. That you can watch a friend of mine, Brian Bentley, also known as Quiglin, play through all of that game on his Twitch channel, and
Holy
it looked
shit!
like he was
How
having
many parts is it? Because
about six.
that game's like 100 hours long, easy.
Oh yeah, we did six shows of about 3 and a bit hours each.
I'm surprised you got through the whole main story.
No, I don't think he got through the whole thing. I think
Oh,
he went on to other stuff. But
okay.
if you can, everybody check out Quiglin's streaming on Twitch. It's always really good fun.
Actually, yeah, I
Um,
will check that out. I'm curious to see what kind of character he made and the decisions he did.
yeah, his
Uh,
best two streams have been Shark Simulator, which
and you were just making
is
fun of ancestors. Come on now.
yeah, yeah, but this is meant to be spoof.
Okay.
Um, so it's a shark dating game where you play a diver and you date a shark.
That's
It's really funny. And then the Pizza Titan Ultra stream was absolutely brilliant as well.
what is that? Is another spoof game?
Pizza Titan Ultra is a indie game where you play as a ex-military building-sized robot which has been repurposed to be a pizza restaurant, and they
That's
deliver pizzas by punching them through your wall.
I have to be high to play that game. There's
It
no
is brilliant. Look it
there's no
up. I
way.
don't know if there's a demo for it, but it's absolutely great.
I'll definitely
Shout
check
out
it
to
out.
Brian.
Yeah. Um. All right.
Right, moving on, moving away from other stuff.
Yeah,
Scavenger.
Scavengers, another survival game, I guess from the guys from a team that was part of Halo 5.
Yeah. And again, the way that they described it is just kind of there's so many ways that you can screw this up, and I really hope they don't, because they described it as co-opetitive. Is
Yeah,
that
I had to stop for a minute because I didn't think that he was using a real word for a minute there.
yeah? So you have your team of four,
Right.
and you have to cooperate within your team to be able to be competitive against other teams of four. Is what I thought that meant, but that's just a squad-based survival shooter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds cool. I feel like this is gonna be like Turtle Rock's Evolve, and
Yeah,
it's gonna come out and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" and nobody's gonna play it. And it's gonna, I mean, you're gonna need to have a player base in order for this to work. But it's a weird multiplayer setup. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah, and I can't recall correctly. Um, there was any kind of because it seemed like there could be, but then how would that work?
no, I
Would
mean
your
we'll probably hear more about it. It's set to come out next year, so um, I'm sure that they'll ramp up um, with the trailers and
yeah,
interviews and stuff, and we'll see more about it. It could be really interesting. I mean, if the concept works and people are digging it, and you've got that initial player base, then it could do well.
yeah. I don't know if they stick to that art style as well. I don't know if people will get too because the art style seems quite close to Fortnite.
A little more realistic, I guess, but yeah, it's still kind of
Mm,
cartoony.
yeah, and yeah. So I don't know what they do with that. Um, what was next? Warframe for Switch.
Apparently, it's horrible on Switch. Um,
It's already had 1 million downloads.
yeah, but I guess the text, like if you're
Mm,
trying to play it in handheld mode, it's still set up to play on like a TV or a computer monitor. So
mm.
it's incredibly difficult to read what the hell's going on. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
Um,
I probably wouldn't get it on Switch. um, from the person who downloaded it on PlayStation and played it for about
20 minutes.
I don't know 8 9 hours maybe.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's the things that you can do in it are quite cool, but you can't do them for very long without them getting very very repetitive.
Um, when was this? How long ago? Because I know they.
It was
Uh,
this year.
oh, was this year? Because I know that they've
Yeah,
revamped the game a couple different times.
yeah. It's so they've revamped it. There's new story elements. There's new co-op environments. There's new kind of like overworld settings. There's new gear which you can grind for days and days and days, and you still can't get unless you.
Just drop some money, real money.
Yeah, I don't mind them doing that because it's free and you can spend as much time or as little or as much money or as little as you want. So the microtransactions and things aren't shoved in your face.
Right.
Um, but it isn't a game to be taken lightly. It is something you can do if you've got, I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes. Unlike I was talking to you and Evan about last time, where if you've got half an hour in Red Dead, you can barely do anything.
Right.
Um,
You can't even travel from one place to another in that time.
yeah. In Warframe, you can get through multiple story missions, story missions, in that length of time. And whilst you're doing that, as you're, however, whatever space ninja you happen to be, you can get up to some quite cool shit. But if you played that game like I did for one afternoon, where I played it for about 3 hours, it is the same stuff over and over again. You can reskin the planets, but you're just doing the same stuff.
Is it one of those games where you hop in and you get your daily reward and that type of stuff? Is there?
Yeah, it is classic MMO.
So
Log in every day to get your stuff.
maybe that's. I
Um,
mean, maybe that's the whole point. Then it's just that's what they want you to do. They want you to just log in for 20 minutes, do a story mission, and then go play something else, and then tomorrow come back and just keep you in it that way, I guess. Because that's kind of the way
yeah,
That's kind of the way
it's
Paladins
not
is.
it's not the type of thing that would grip me. I'm really glad that the studio is doing well. Um, I'm also really glad that when they've screwed up, unlike other people, they just put their hands up and say, "Yeah, we screwed up and we're going to fix it."
Right. Yeah.
And they are very community conscious, so good for them.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll
I
check
could
it
I could
out.
sound a bit more positive about it, couldn't I?
Maybe I'll check it out on Switch. I mean, it's a free download. So,
No, don't. Yeah, I think because it's online as well. It's not something you can take on the go.
Right.
So you have to be connected, and I don't know how that's working and what kind of speed of connection you need for making that game actually meaningful whilst you're playing it.
I don't know. I don't have any problems playing Paladins on the Switch,
Mm.
and I play that handheld. So,
Yeah, but are you at home on a Wi-Fi network
oh yeah, yeah.
or yeah? So this is what I mean. If you're on a train or something using guest Wi-Fi and
Well, I don't know. I don't take my Switch with me anywhere. It's always at the house, but I do play it in handheld mode because, my wife will be watching TV or I'll be laying in bed or
yeah, it's
whatever.
exactly the same as what I do.
So,
Not Paladins though.
yeah. All right, you want to move on? There's a lot of shit to get through actually.
Yeah,
Dead by Daylight. Do we care? Do you care?
no.
I don't either.
Well, can we just say that trailer was really creepy, but don't give a shit.
Okay, fair enough. New story-focused Anthem trailer.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm okay. So they finally have story, thankfully. Like that was my
Well, you could see
biggest.
that they were building the story in, but it's good that they've actually fleshed it out a bit more. And I've been watching the streams, either live or the archives on Twitch for when they've been doing the Anthem streams.
Okay,
And some of it's been really interesting. The character creator stuff was getting a bit dull, and please get some. This is me saying this. I mean, Christ, I'm not the most engaging person on the internet, but if you're going to be doing live streams talking about character creation, get some really fucking engaging people talking about it, because talking about the material of your arm aperture and then that affects the texture. You really need people to be hyped about that and be able to explain what that's going to do and look like.
right.
And 45 minutes of watching that just to right at the end to get flashed up the N7 armor wasn't really a good payoff.
Okay. Now
I'm
see,
really on a bit of a downer tonight. I'm really sorry.
well,
I'm not. It's just
I'll
how I am. So go.
I'll
You're
balance
used to it
I'll
by now.
balance it out a little bit. I will say that I have been completely ignoring anything Anthem related because of the initial reveal, and I was like, "Fuck this! This is BioWare's Destiny." But this story trailer, I'm like, "Oh, okay. As long as I can Captain Kirk this universe and just bang every cool space alien, or every chick in this game, like, all right, this looks like classic BioWare, so I'm down."
I think they said there's not going to be any romance options in it.
Have they? Oh,
They were asked the question on one of the streams and they dodged it.
they've got to put them in. Come on, it's BioWare. They know people expect that stuff.
Well, then people can wait for Dragon Age then.
Well, yeah, I mean, my wife's actually excited about that. She's put, I kid you not, like 300 hours into Dragon Age Inquisition. She's done everything and is finally doing an insane playthrough to get the platinum. So,
I mean,
and she's done, she's made a character for every romance option in the game. So,
well, that's dedication.
it is. I'm surprised she loves that game so much, but she does. Let's see. Crash Team Racing looks cool. I don't think.
Well, that's going to be great for PlayStation Access's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Um, it was fun back in the day, but like I don't. If I buy that game, I'm I'm never gonna be in a situation where I'm like, hey, come over and play Crash Team Racing with me. My friends would be like, "Dude, no, why?"
Yeah,
Outer Worlds. This was cool. This is
yeah.
this looks like classic Obsidian. Um,
Um, I described this as a really good cross between the original Rage and Borderlands.
no, I think it's New Vegas. It's like New Vegas 2 or 2.5.
In New Vegas in space.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I
Um,
think from the art style, it kind of reminds me of the original Rage and a bit of Borderlands, and I really liked it. And I saw. Have you watched the 15-minute um, demo that's up?
no, that just went up though, right?
Yeah, that's really interesting as well. Some of the dialogue options are quite funny.
Okay. Yeah, see, I love Obsidian.
Yeah,
I'm
imagine what they've been able to do if they hadn't have rushed out KOTOR 2.
Oh, well, I mean, KOTOR 2 is my favorite. I like it better than the first game. I like New
The
Vegas better
ending's
than
not.
3.
Yeah, the ending's not great in KOTOR 2.
No,
Just
but
kind of ends.
by the time you get there though,
Oh yeah, the ride, going on the ride, the journey.
yeah,
But it's such a great journey.
I I was ready for it to end by the time I got there. I was like, all right, let me just fucking kill this guy
Is
and
that
be
something you
done.
say about a great game? I was ready for it to end.
Yeah, I was ready for it to just be done. I was like, all right, let me kill this guy and finally finish this game.
Yeah, when I've watched a bit of footage of that recently, and you know what it made me think? It made me think they really need some realistic horseshit physics.
It's the only thing that'll save it.
Yeah, because you know this. I know you're not a big sports fan, but everyone says that the NFL is a big copycat league,
Okay.
and quite a lot of things that happen in games is a bit copycatish. So do you, we're just going to end up talking about horse shit and horse balls this entire show.
Oh man. Uh, all right. So talking about Obsidian, have you ever played Alpha Protocol?
No.
Do you know about this game?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've heard that the combat is god awful, but it's absolutely worth playing through for the dialogue options.
Yes. So you can get like entirely different playthroughs depending on what you, uh, depending on how you respond to characters and things, and it's totally there's no real. It's not like a Bioware game where you know that like okay, here's the love option, here's the Paragon option, here's the Renegade option. Let me just pick what I want to get that playthrough. Like it's
Mm.
very, it kind of gives you that. It's like okay, here's the sarcastic response, and here's the the honest response, but you have no idea how people are actually going to react to it in the game. And so you can have totally different playthroughs, and there's a full class system. Um, it really is kind of like Metal Gear meets uh, Mass Effect, I guess.
Mm. Metal Gear Effect.
Yeah,
Mass Metal
but
Mirror Gear Effect.
it's got that nice shiny layer of obsidian jank.
Mm.
So that's my only concern about the Outer Worlds is that it looks amazing and it's probably going to be an awesome game. It's just going to have that certain brand of obsidian jank that they just can't seem to shake.
Yeah. Well, that was the one probably out of everything that was there that was most ooh about.
Yeah, I think so. That was the thing that I was most excited about. Unfortunately, though, do we think that it's just going to be an Xbox uh, Windows Store exclusive?
No, it's not because it's being published by Take Two.
Oh, okay. So this was
So
this.
I saw that and saw Obsidian and thought, oh, am I going to have to buy an Xbox? And then it came up at the end of the trailer, at the end. I
Right.
don't know why I said at the end of the trailer, because that would have been the end, not the end of everything. Um, it had PS4 and Xbox.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
then afterwards, when Jeff was talking to them, as he said, "Is this what platforms is this out?" And it's being published by Take Two, so it's out. It's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One.
So this has clearly been in development for a really long time then.
Yeah, it must have been in development prior to the acquisition.
Um, it's got to be. I'm sure it's going to be their last game then that comes out for
Yeah,
multiple platforms. I mean,
yeah,
anything they're working on going forward's got to be exclusive. I would think.
Yeah, and either Take Two they'd already done a deal with Take Two for publishing, or Sony had already put some money in to the production along with Microsoft to ensure it was across not yeah a cross-platform release.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think we could rush through the next two?
Let's see. Dauntless. I don't even remember it. PUBG. Don't give a shit about it.
There we go. Well done. Devil May Cry 5.
It'll be cool. I like the Devil May Cry games. Um,
Yep.
I don't really feel one way or the other about them. I usually pick them up on sale, and they're usually fun to play through.
Let's go. Let's do it Game Award style. Our next thing up was Atlas. What?
Not
I
memorable.
can't even remember it. Crackdown 3 live action trailer. No one cares. That game's not going to be very good when
No,
it comes out.
but Terry Crews is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he is, but there's only so much that he can try and save that terrible game launch. And it's not even launched yet, and I know it's going to be terrible.
No, Dragon
Dragon
Age
Age
4. We kind of touched
didn't
on it.
say that this was Dragon Age, did it? It said it was the Dark Wolf Rises, or it didn't actually
Yes.
announce it.
Well, okay, so I haven't actually played through Dragon Age Inquisition myself, but like I mentioned, my wife's put like 300 hours into it, so I, by osmosis, have played the game. Um, and the voiceover that's in the trailer is a character named Solus from Inquisition.
Hmm.
And it has to deal with the DLC storyline stuff that they put in um, at the
Yeah,
end.
because that's a great way to try and generate mass appeal for your game.
It seems like they're going straight for, hey, if you're a Dragon Age fan, this is for you.
Yeah,
I don't think they're trying to appeal to anybody else, which good on them. They should just
yeah,
be making a game for the fans, I think.
yeah. But they work for EA now.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always the
I
possibility
think
that
that
could
maybe it
be.
was a case of we really wanted to do Dragon Age 4, and EA said, okay, we'll let you out of the dungeon if you make us a Destiny style game as well. And they said, yes, sir. Okay.
That's
Can we please have our bucket of fish heads now?
that's possibly what happened, yeah. And God only knows how much money EA gave Casey Hudson to get him back.
Yeah, because they would have had to have bought him out of his contract with Microsoft.
Yeah. And then wasn't he didn't he move down to Seattle, right?
Yeah,
To or maybe not Seattle, but Redmond um, to go work for Microsoft. So then they would have had to flown him back up to Montreal or whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Glad
yeah.
he's involved. Hopefully, his presence will make a world of difference.
And then
Um,
he can move on to making another Mass Effect game.
yeah, that would be nice. Andromeda was shit. We've already gone over that. Hopefully, Evan will finally upload that podcast reload because it's only been what 4 months since we had that discussion.
He's down to his last half hour, and he can't blame all of that on me. Um, Zencaster probably had, I don't know, 18% of something to do with it.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
the Pathless, I can't even remember what that was.
I don't either.
Stranger Things 3. I haven't
I
played the Stranger Things games, have you?
I didn't know that there was three. I was thinking that this was so they did the Stranger Things show, right? And then they did Stranger Things 2, which is like the
Yeah,
second.
and they did one game. They've done one Stranger Things game,
So I
but
don't
this game
know. I
free
don't.
because it's based on the third series.
Okay, so that's what I wasn't sure of. It's a continuation of the show, or it's going to be a companion piece
Mm,
to the third.
no,
Yeah,
no.
weird messaging. Um, Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a weird announcement.
those games are awesome though. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
here's Ed Boon to announce the winner of best racing and sports game.
right.
Um,
Yeah, why is Ed Boon up there right now?
yeah, that was weird. Okay, it was cool. The announcement trailer was pretty cool. I think what they're going for is um, someone said on Sifted, I can't remember his name, it's Julian Reed 77
Yeah.
said that they've demonstrated that you can go with different kind of fighter builds
Well,
for your character. So
okay.
whilst there is only one Scorpion, you can have a Scorpion that's much more focused on combos and sword damage, and, and then you can have another Scorpion build which is much more focused on the kind of hellfire powers that he has.
So they're almost doing what Soul Calibur's done this time around, where you can like build your own character.
So it won't be build your own. It will be build out your own.
Okay, I guess to keep it more in line with the competitive scene, so you
Yeah,
can still keep track of what other players are doing, or not make one character super OP based on a mechanic that's busted or something.
yeah. But those professional fighting game players will try and find those exploits.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, any more thoughts?
No,
Okay.
Psychonauts 2.
I'm excited. I still haven't finished the first one, but I've played through the first 6 hours multiple times. It's always fun.
Uh,
It's always fun going through it, but yeah, I just never actually finished the first one. So
I've
this,
never played it. Heard it's a masterpiece, but
I,
I'm
I,
not going to go back and play that game now.
I wouldn't say masterpiece, but it still holds up.
Mm.
If you were, so I bought it on PS4. Um, it plays really well. Like I might try to finish it in the run up to two. Um, because it is a direct continuation, I think, of the story. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, it sells better
Uh,
than the first one.
yeah, I I don't know. I'm happy that other people are happy. Let's go with that.
All
That's
right.
about. And yes, I sounded really happy when I said that as well.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Um, right. What other games we got on here? Devil May Cry announcement. Fortnite 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Uh, Rage 2. Rage 2 trailer. What did you think of that?
I think it's gonna be a really cool game. Like, the first one was kind of unique and was a it was a good obscure title.
Hmm.
Like I didn't buy it when it came out. My dad actually found it and he was like, "Oh, it's a first-person shooter, so I'm gonna buy it." And it turned out to be something that I played a little bit of and got into. Um, the new one looks a hell of a lot better than the first one. I like that it's kind of drenched in this weird Mad Max neon. Um, yeah, I think it'll be
Yeah.
interesting. I think it's gonna be Fallout with actually good combat, I guess.
Yeah, when I saw the first trailer for Rage 2, I was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
And then when I saw this trailer, I thought, no, actually, this looks pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. It'll
The
be
way they built the world and the way that they're presenting it is a lot more interesting than I think the original trailer gave credit. Because the original trailer at E3 wasn't that great, whereas this one was much, much better.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, it turns out to be good. This is probably a game I'll pick up eventually. I don't know if I'll buy it day one, but I'll probably definitely play it eventually.
Yeah. Ditto. Right. What else we got? Not a lot. Smash Brothers. So someone from Persona 5 was in Smash Brothers.
Um,
Can it be ultimate? And can Nintendo get away with trolling their fans again and again and again by saying these are all of the people in Smash Brothers Ultimate, and then announcing more people?
I don't know. I don't really care about Smash Brothers, to be honest with you.
Well, neither do I, but I just think it's can you get away with keep doing that?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because
it's
they're Nintendo,
Nintendo.
so they keep getting away loads of nefarious shit.
Yeah, it's
I said
Nintendo.
something naughty about Nintendo. Maybe that'll get us some views. Maybe put that in the show notes. What time are we at?
Uh,
1 hour 45. Key says something about bad about Nintendo. Nintendo gets nefarious shit. There, I said it again.
yeah, if we get death threats, then we know we made it, right? You haven't made it big until you've gotten a death threat from a
From a
Nintendo
Nintendo fan.
fanboy, yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't know. And then yeah, game of the year. That was the whole thing. So we ran through that
Right.
pretty quick.
Quick question,
Sure.
are you registered with, um, I don't know, Amazon, GameStop, any retail stores where you buy your games from?
Yeah, I mean, I go to GameStop quite often, and then there's I go to local shops. There's a couple of local retro stores.
Right. Okay. So, supplementary question.
Sure.
How quickly after the Game Awards finished did you get the emails about pre-ordering?
I don't get any of the emails. I have all that stuff. I'm unsubscribed from everything, and every time I get an email where I'm like, shit, I always find the unsubscribe button. Like I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah. So I woke up um, the
Just an
morning after the
inbox
Game
full
Awards.
of fucking, please
I
pre-order
had
this.
I had I had two emails. I had a whole two emails. They made me so angry. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of come on. Some of these games probably aren't coming out until late 2019 or even 2020,
Yeah.
and you're already expecting me to pre-order. Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think the last game that I actually pre-ordered. It may have been the first Dishonored. And I think the only reason that I did it was because it came with the really badass tarot deck. So if you pre-ordered at GameStop, you got
Yeah,
a tarot deck of cards to go with the game. Because apparently in game, as part of the lore,
yeah.
they play the card game, but they use a tarot deck. Um, yeah, I think that's the last game that I ever pre-ordered because I just was so fed up with all these companies trying to just get your money before their products even out.
Yeah. Um, the last game I pre-ordered was Mass Effect Andromeda. That was a bad mistake. The game before that I pre-ordered was the original Watch Dogs. So I don't really have a very good track record with
No,
pre-ordering.
yeah, your pre-order track record's pretty bad. uh,
Right. I'm going to make an announcement live on YouTube. Um, if we've got any final things to wrap up, I think should we give it a wrap because I'm sitting on a really uncomfortable chair and my ass is going.
yeah, we can do that. The one thing that I did see that we missed was Epic Games. They've got their own launcher store now that they're gonna try and compete with Valve, I guess. That might be an interesting topic
Yeah,
for.
why give someone else a cut of your money if Bethesda can cut and go through their own launcher
Well, it's
going forward?
it's interesting because I don't like. It's annoying that it's splintering. Like I would rather just have one application that I open to get to all my games. Like
But
why do I have to why do I have to download Bethesda's and EA's and Epic's and you know it's just fucking annoying.
yeah, but then they aren't. That means that they can make more money for themselves to not make the games that you really want and not include microtransactions and glorified gambling simulators.
Well,
Yeah,
they're still gonna do that because I want to make more money on top of it.
more money.
Yeah.
Um, right. And anything else on the? I nearly said the beer awards.
Wrapping up the 2018 Beer Awards.
Yeah. So well done to God of War. I think that's a deserving winner.
Yeah,
It
I,
of the games that were on that list that I played, that was the best game. Sorry, Red Dead Redemption 2. You are fun in a as a Western simulator. You are not as complete a fun game as God of War.
fair enough. Yeah, that's all I got. Um, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Right.
So
We smashed this episode, by the way. Who needs Evan?
I think we did a good job. I had the audio levels a lot higher this time too, so it's easier for me to engage in conversation. I'll have to make sure that I do that the next time.
Yeah, next time, everybody, if you're tuned in live, which I'm assuming that one person may be, um, next episode is going to be our Christmas themed episode. Yay!
Yeah, I'll have to come up with a different story. So on the 16th, my most cherished gaming Christmas memory goes live on thewellreadmage.com.
Okay.
So if we do an episode on it, I'm gonna have to try and find a different story to tell, so that any
No, just do that one. Just tell it, and then refer people to your well-read
to
mage
to my article.
column.
Yeah,
Yeah, self-promotion.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, and make sure you wear your finest Christmas outfit.
oh, I do have a Santa hat.
Don't spoil the surprise.
Maybe I'll dress up like an elf.
That would be interesting.
Alrighty, Keith, it's been real.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been fun getting through this, and thank you very much for organising as usual. Even though it's me who puts all the notes in, you do all the technical work. So, what does Evan do?
Color commentary.
Color commentary and drink. And he did do some cleaning last time, so that was pretty useful.
Indeed,
Um,
indeed.
right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. We have been the Beerumverate. Well done to God of War. Well done to Jeff Keighley,
For a
except for
much
the
better show
socks.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah. So just sort your sartorial shit out, mate.
All right. And